Hi again, guys. That's not gonna be a long video, I hope so, because I don't really have enough time with all this coronavirus thing, and I'm really trying to sort out everything and to pay more attention to you, especially now when it's so hard and you're staying at home most of your time and obviously having more intrusive thoughts and experiencing this condition in full. But there was one question which I received from one of my subscribers, and I really wanted to make a big reply, but to be honest, I think it's a very hot topic, and it's better to explain at least how it was with me and to provide you again with some extra information considering my own experience. This topic was about how to tell to your friends, how to become brave and tell to your friends and to your relatives that you are having your mental problems and experiencing this hard mental breakdown like depersonalization and anxiety. So I only can speak from my own experience because obviously we all different. But the only thing I can say that we all can develop skills, right? And there are people who are more shy or people who are scared that they will end up in a mental hospital, which for me, again, coming back to that situation, was not the most scariest option. I really wanted to be in a mental hospital because here at home I couldn't really get any help, and again, that in America and in England there is no chance that you can really get there without like having lots of money, so it's not so easy. Well, I'm not sure about America that much, but I think as long as you're not having I forgot this word in English, well, insurance, right? Sorry, insurance. So if you have insurance, then obviously you can have some help. In case you do not have it, then you are in trouble. So you just need to sort out this yourself, and GPs are not a huge help anyway. So about me and speaking about it openly with my friends, I can't really say that I was explaining every little detail to my friends. I obviously let them know that I have some problems, and I told them that I have some kind of depression, and I do have anxiety, but I didn't describe every little thing which I was going through. I don't really think that people are capable to understand your condition if they have no clue, never experienced it before. And I also think you can't be very upset with that, because I remember I was upset. I was upset that my husband doesn't understand that. I was upset that my family, my parents were not so much into my condition. I think well, my mom definitely were, and my husband was as well, maybe not so much as my mom, but they were. But I wanted them to feel every little second of what I was going through. And obviously they cannot. So you can't be upset with people when they think that you look absolutely normal. The way you behave is normal. The way you react more or less is normal. And they can't get into your head and to feel and understand what is happening there. So first of all, don't get angry that people do not understand you. You just have to let it go. Because each of us are very individual, and we have our own problems, and we have our own perception of life. So just let it go. Just and you must understand that in this fight you are the only warrior, and you are the only one who can make a change. So instead of blaming the others, which is anyway a negative emotions, start to practice all my advices and work with your personality and with your behavioral and thinking patterns to make a change, right? Considering my conversation with my family, I told my mom straight away. I told my husband straight away. I was, to them, not to my friends, but to them, I was trying to explain every little detail, because in the beginning they hadn't a clue what was happening to me. Because first of all, I was numb all over. There was like episodic thing, right? So it was happening, and then it was going away, and then I had panic attack, and again I had this numbness, and I thought that it's not numbness. It felt some kind of like I'm getting paralyzed. So I was it was fear of getting paralyzed because I didn't understand what was happening to me. And a few times I end up in a hospital. I was staying there. I was trying to explain what's happening, but no one had a clue. And that's why I had to tell in every little detail about it to my family. So my mom made the research and she found out that this is a panic disorder, and that was a huge relief because at least I started to understand bit by bit what is going on with me. So I don't know, it also depends on your family, whether they try to understand or whether they try to help. I know that many families do not want to get involved, and it's easier for them to distance themselves from the situation and say that, oh, that's fine. Like, I don't know what's going on, but you're just making everything up probably, and maybe you just need to sleep more or to take break from work. If you can, what you can do, because I know there is a girl who've done that because she couldn't really explain it to her husband. What you can do, you can show my videos to some of your relatives, and you can say that, look at this girl, she's talking exactly about what I'm experiencing. You can show other people on YouTube. So in this case, it will be easier for them to understand that you are not the only one who is making these stories up. If you don't feel any support from your family, then basically, even if they understand or they do not understand, it's only you who can resolve it. So don't blame anyone. Don't be upset about what's going on. You just need to make your final decision whether you're trying to come out or not. And it can't be really connected with anyone around. It's all about you. So it's also up to you whether you're going to share this experience or not. As for me, that was easier to share. I wasn't really scared if my mom will think that I'm crazy. I said that I'm crazy myself. I told them, I'm crazy, help me. I want to get to mental hospital. I need help. I want someone to take care of me because I can't really cope with it. And that was in the beginning. So if you're scared that you end up in a mental hospital, you need to work with this fear first of all. And I think that's the only reason why you don't feel comfortable to speak about it with your family or with anyone around. So again, I trust my family, so I spoke to them very easily without any problems. I really relied on their help or some kind of understanding. So for me, it wasn't a big problem at all. It's like, it's a normal thing for me to share everything, mostly everything what I feel and think with my relatives and with my husband, with my dad and my mom. Well, I can't say my dad was really into it. I think he's that kind of person who is scared of all this stuff. So he was like, he was distant, let's say, from this situation. He said like, oh, I feel for you, but I knew that he doesn't have a clue and he doesn't want to have a clue. So it was totally on my mom's shoulders, all the support and help. But there was also time when she was really tired of me ringing her every bloody 5 minutes and crying on the phone. So I remember that was also hard episode when she stopped picking up the phone for a while. I mean, like, not days, but like maybe hour or so, because she wanted me to cool down, and I was really upset about it. But again, I'm trying to understand people around, and I know that it's not easy to deal with the person who is in this kind of agony, because you have no idea what they experiencing, and you have no idea how people really see you and how people really perceive what is happening to you, because you guys, you really look normal. And I've met a few people in real life who had this who's still having or who had this condition, and now when I'm out, I look at them and I speak to them, and I even don't think like, they probably numb or they do not have any emotions while they speak to me. I speak to them the same way, like they're completely normal, and I always remind myself, but I forget that they do not have emotions, that they not experiencing any fun, because I say something and they laugh, and it seems like everything is absolutely fine, like I'm talking to a person who 100% reacting to what I'm saying. So trust me, to many people around you look absolutely normal, and the thing is, you are normal. There is just temporary disbalance which you're having. It's like a flu. It's like a brain flu, let's call it this way. Coming back to friends, I told them that I'm depressed and I had a bit of anxiety. So it was like a moderate explanation of what was happening to me. For a while, I was distancing myself and I didn't really feel fine to be among them and I didn't want to see anyone. But after some time, when I was already on pills and I felt a little bit more relaxed, I pushed myself to communicate. And when I was spending time with them, I I realized two things. That one thing, I need to interact. I need to be into conversation. I need to share my thoughts. I need to share my interests. I can't just sit there and like pretend to be there, but at the same time it's not like I just brought my body there, right? So if I want to be in this world, I need to try to connect to this world. And again, when you speak to people, you obviously feel more responsible. You are trying your best to look normal, which is good. And you train yourself to be normal, right? So you keeping this situation under control. You're not drowning in your crazy thoughts about like you being mad or anything like that. You are just trying to be normal, and that's a great thing which you can do. And that's why you need people around you. So I know, and they told me that for a while they were talking behind my back that oh, poor husband, poor Marina's husband, because he's living with this like strange person who is torturing him with some idiotic like symptoms, like she's saying she has anxiety when basically she doesn't look like she has anything. And they probably thought that I'm making everything up or exaggerating. But again, it didn't sound offensive to me, and even if they did discuss it in an offensive way, I have to be honest with you. I don't care. The first thing, since I'm out of depersonalization, I became really positive. From a very negative person, I became very positive one. Well, quite positive as far as much as it's possible, knowing my own personality. And I don't really take everything too serious now, too close. So I was trying to be again conscious and aware. I didn't really judge them or analyze what they were talking about. It was more about me trying to understand that people are talking about each other. And they are not bad people, but obviously something happened, something very unusual, and they discussed me. Well, that's fine. They were still good friends for that time, and they were still talking to me whether I wasn't really a good partner for discussion. I wasn't really a good part of a team. But when I was in that condition and when I was out, I still had my friends. Not everyone is still with me due to different things, like I was talking about alcohol, and some I can't say a lot of friends just disappeared because of alcohol, but it's just because, with some people you close, with some people someone relocated, with some people you just like you lost interest in each other, and this person had his own path, me my own path. So it's not like something really bad happened between us, it's just life. So some friends are still with me, some friends are not, but it's not due to depersonalization. And to some very close, very, very close friends who I have for years, I explained everything the way it was. And you know what? I never really felt shy about it. Maybe a little bit in the beginning. I learned how to accept myself the way it is. And actually, nowadays, having mental problems is even very popular. You can see how many actors and actresses are coming out with all this, like I'm bipolar, I have depression, I had anxiety, or I have anxiety, panic attacks. It's like something very individual and makes you outstanding, like you have this unusual problem, or you're going through hard times, you are a warrior. I think that's very popular now, to be a warrior and to fight against something. So accepting yourself the way you are is one of the, again, main keys to to resolve some psychological problems. And I'm sure many of you are having these disorders because at some point of life you couldn't really accept yourself in many aspects. So that's your time to try and accept yourself with this condition and with understanding that you don't have to care what other people think. If you feel that this person is close enough to share how you feel, then share it. Come on, no one will think that you're crazy because you are not crazy and the way you speak doesn't sound crazy. So obviously you don't need to share if you don't want to, that you're scared that you can kill someone, right? You can share it with, I don't know, I was sharing it with my husband and I think with my mom as well, but I didn't share it with my friends. I think I told about it someone, but I don't really care. I still have these people around me and they are sleeping well. They don't think that something is wrong or that I will kill them one day. I'm not scared to be myself. And if I have broken leg and if I have anxiety and if I have something, if someone will ask me, I will tell, yeah, I do have it. And I feel free. And I feel great that I'm free. And I want you to feel free. So if you feel that you want to share it, share it. If there are people who doesn't want really to accept you the way you are, then let them go. You don't need anyone's approval. If this, like, why do you need this approval of the others? So that's it. Like, put yourself on the first place. Put your life on the first place. And that's how it's supposed to be. But again, that's a skill, so it doesn't come really quickly. I was a person who was trying to find her own place for a long time, and it definitely takes time. So don't be scared that at the moment you're not ready to share it maybe with anyone. But again, if I would be scared to share it, then I would never tell my story and share my story with the others to say that everything is fine and you're gonna be fine. So obviously, that's a good thing. You see how this thing made a change. So I wasn't shy to share it, to show my face, to show like, look guys, I was crazy for a while. And I'm sure that many people who knows me, they will look through my videos and they will be like, what? Because I know that many of people who I know had no clue that I was going through this, right? At least I didn't explain every little symptom. But again, I don't care. And but this thing changed a lot in your lives. So many people sending me letters that thank you so much, I'm almost out or I'm out. So this thing means much more to me than someone's rumors. And when I receive a letter that thank you so much, yesterday I wanted to kill myself, but today I'm living happily with my family and with my kids. Even when I'm down and then I read these things, I feel like, like I'm flying. I feel like I'm the best person in this world. And it's good to enjoy that you've done something good. There is no shame in feeling good about your own good actions. It's great. It gives you motivation. It gives you appreciation of your own actions, of your personality. It's good to love yourself and start loving yourself, guys. And when you're out, pay attention to loving yourself every day. The more you love yourself, the more you love the others, and the more others paying with their love back. And that's how it works. Thank you so much for listening to me. Subscribe to my channel. Please leave your comments. Leave your ideas for next topics. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for supporting my work. And please share all this information with anyone else who needs this help. Thank you once again, and try to stay positive during these hard times. Bye.